guys, so we almost got this thing put together. It's almost set up for the new year. For those of you who are new and you don't know this planner, it is a Hemlock and Oak Weekly. This is the front part, the introduction part of it. So far, I do have it in a big size happy planner too, by the way. So far we have worked on the reflection, we've worked on the introspection, we've got our traits, we've got our values, we have our personal values, we've started doing mindset reframing, and we've set up our 4 goals for the year, and that brings us to the attainable habit. So these are the habits that you want to work on, you want to build on a regular basis. Again, they're reminding you to make sure that your cue is realistic and achievable. So we're just going to get into the first one here just to kind of explain each of these parts. We do remember one of the goals that I have is that I want to make more products for my shop. So a habit that I need to form here would be learning the new skills. Because I mean, you could probably make something, but unless you're like a natural genius with it, without the new skills, it's not going to be sellable. So I do need to obtain some skills here. The cue, which is what I need to do. It's going to be a time or an event that's going to make me say, oop, time to learn new skills. Okay, so the best example would be brushing your teeth. Most people brush their teeth as soon as they wake up. You go use the restroom and then you're like, oh, time to brush my teeth. Why? Because you just woke up. Okay, so that would be the cue. For me, learning the new skills is, since I do have a very busy, chaotic schedule, it would be every Saturday after my morning journaling. So basically, I'm going to sit in here. I'm going to wake up on Saturday. I'm going to come into my craft room. I'm going to do all my little journaling, get all the vicious stuff out of my brain. And once I'm done, I close the book. I'm going to be like, oh man, time to go learn a new skill. Who knows? Maybe I journaled about how I was excited to learn that new skill. Either way, the close of the journaling book is going to be what's going to cue me and say, ooh, craft time. Okay, and I mean, who's going to say no to that? I do want to spend at least an hour on it. God, I'm going to have to pull myself away from it. I know it's going to happen because it's normally what happens is I'll start on something and be like, oh, you only got an hour to do this. And then it's like 4 hours later and it's like, Sally, you did not do the other stuff you had to do. But I guess I'm going to have to set a timer and it's going to be like, okay, you get an hour. Again, like how they asked you with the goal setting, they are asking you, why is this important? Again, this is just to check and make sure that you're working on habits that, are for you. You don't want to be working on a habit because somebody else is doing it. You want to work on a habit because it's what you want to do. So, sitting there thinking about it. And again, we discussed this in the previous video when I was making the goal. Learning new skills and improving the ones that I already have will help me make better products for my shop. I'll also be, I'll have more of a variety. Again, if I have a more variety of products for my shop, it's going to attract more customers. Whether or not they buy the item, that's another thing, but at least like I'm attracting more people to the shop. Any traffic helps. And again, I mean, maybe they know somebody who's looking for an item that I got. Maybe they don't want it, but they know someone who does, and they could be like, hey, I saw this, word of mouth. So again, it's just a variety thing. And again, I do enjoy learning new things. So that's for me personally. So, what are the specifics here? So, again, we're working on those SMART goals. It's just they're breaking it down into more little teeny tiny goals now. So, the specifics would be is each month I'm going to select a new skill that I want to learn or work on for that month. These can include, and I mean, like, they range, guys. Maybe one month I'll work on my watercolor painting, okay? Maybe I'll work on coloring with markers. Maybe I'll work on learning Procreate, which is actually this month's goal. I'm going to be learning Procreate. Yes, I did wait until the last 2 days, but it's because we're setting up planners. But, things like that. Like, I'll learn Procreate. I've learned Inkscape. Um, Learning new things on my Cricut. uh, Learning how to operate a sewing machine. So, I mean, the skills can range, and I do like to switch them up because in that way you don't get bored with something. I learned how to make wreaths. That was October. Uh, so again, like, I'm gonna spend at least, an hour on each Saturday learning the skill. I would love to spend an hour each day, but it's not gonna happen. I know, so that's that realistic thing. See, make sure it's realistic. I can't say every day. It's definitely gonna have to be Saturday. Sunday is filming day. And of course I work the other days. Now, if it's the other days and I got free time, yeah, I could play with the little crafts, definitely. Um, and then the last thing here that I do want to point out is they have a reward area. Um, it's funny, whenever I first started this, I used to like sit and tell myself, like, oh, okay, if you do this habit, like if you put back $5 a day and your savings goal, you could buy yourself like this prize. One, it kind of defeats the purpose of having the savings, um, unless that is what you're saving for. Like, I'm saving for a car on one of these, so yeah, my prize, if I put back money for a car, my prize is the new car, but that technically is the goal. Um, I try to make the reward what happens, like how you will feel, or, what is going to happen if you do the habit. So, of course, if I go every Saturday, work on this thing for an hour, my reward would be having more variety and better products for my shop. That to me is a reward enough to work towards this. um, okay, so I'm gonna try to speed this up, guys. I do know that these uh, tend to go a little bit longer than my other videos. So following the same guidelines here, I do want to increase my savings this year. I have been doing really good for the past couple years, so I want to start increasing them again because, I want to start making some bigger purchases. So bigger purchases mean bigger funds, which means bigger savings. So of course the cue with this would be is every payday I'm going to relocate funds to different savings accounts. I do that immediately. I pay myself first and then I work with what's left. So the reason why it's important is I do need to set aside funds if I'm going to purchase a car this year. Okay, again, we're working with that car. That means more funds. I could also use these funds to reduce my overall debt, like maybe something comes along and I'm like, okay, I have enough saved up, but there's still some left over after buying that car. And I'm like, oh, now we could start using these to, get rid of some of these debts too. Or maybe at the time I can't find a car that I do want to purchase and I still have those funds. And I'm like, yeah, you're going onto a credit card because I want you done. And then you just build them back up again. The specifics would be for me to continue saving $5 a day. That gives me $1,830. It's a leap year, so it gives me $1,830 for this year if I do that. And of course, to increase my stash to 50. Right now it's at 22, and I do feel that I can pretty much double it. So I just made it a nice easy 50 instead of 44, and that times the amount of days gives me 1,300. So, I mean, that's close to $3,000 right there, guys. That's the easy things. That's not even me actively sitting there saying, like, oh, here's some extra funds today. Let's put it in a savings account. So, I mean, that's pretty decent. And again, the reward, I try to make it coincide with what is going to happen when I do this habit, and it's going to give me more funds for emergencies and fun. I mean, who doesn't want that? It's better than saying I will get a new pair of shoes. The new pair of shoes are the fun. I could buy them guilt free because I would have the funds. So I try to make that reward a feeling. Because emotions really do drive us. Okay, so moving on to the next one, I have stopped using the credit cards. Now, if you do remember me saying, trying not to make the goals where they combat with each other, these ones do kind of combat, actually, three of these combat with each other. But it's that nice little balance of like, okay, if I want to increase my savings, that does mean that I have to spend less. I'm more likely to spend less if I don't use the credit cards because I have to use my actual funds. And so it would be more or less these ones right here. These ones are going to come back because it's going to be like, okay, do you want to put that money in savings or do you want to make the extra payment? That is why I made the extra payments a set amount, where the savings aren't a set amount. It's literally, if I do find that I have extra funds and this is taken care of, it's going into savings. Whew. Okay, had to take my breath there. So yeah, so we're gonna stop using the credit cards. My cue for this one, because I had to sit and actually think about this here, because this is the first time I'm putting this in here, is the cue would be is every time you go to make a purchase, instead of just saying, okay, yeah, here, I'm going to pay for it, you stop and ask yourself, do I have the funds for this? This is how I'm going to know first if I'm using my credit or debit card. Because if the answer is no, I don't have that in my bank account, then I surely do not have my debit card in my hand. It is a credit card. So that's going to be the first warning sign. The next warning for that would be is if I don't have the funds for it and I don't need it, like I don't need it to survive, I don't need to be purchasing that right now, so sale is over. So that is the question that I am going to ask myself. I'm going to have to print it off and like put it in my wallet, like right next to my debit card or something. Basically, do I have the funds for this? Until it becomes second nature. Again, this habit is important because I am trying to pay off my cards, and it is literally next to impossible to pay off your credit cards if you're still using them. It's like putting your payments into a sieve. Sure, I paid them $100 this month, but once you put the interest onto it, like really only $60 of that 100 went on to them. So, like, just stop using them. That's the best advice that I could give is if you are paying off your cards, just literally stop using the things. Your payments will go a lot farther and you will make more progress and you'll be more motivated to keep going with it because you will see the balances go down instead of staying flat or worse, increasing because you're using the cards. The specifics for this would be to use debit instead of credit. Yes. And I already do this, is keeping a no-use tracker in the budget planner. Check it daily. I do feel guilty whenever I do see that I did use the card. So I'm probably going to look at this thing more than once a week. Like I said, check it daily. I'm definitely going to have to do something else to make sure that I don't use these damn things. But, I mean, this is a good enough start for me. And again, the reward would be less credit card debt and an earlier payoff date so that I don't have to come on here and talk about paying these things off anymore. That would be nice. Habit number 4, make extra payments. So, which I already do this every Sunday before filming your budget review. Pay $50 towards your focus account. And again, why is it important? Making more than a minimum amount due each month saves interest and reduces the amount of debt owed more quickly. Again, you're getting these things paid off faster. The specifics for me would be the extra payments will be made every Sunday in the amount of 50. So I have the amount and I have the day. And of course, my cue is I do a budget review every Sunday. So I got to get that thing paid in the budget, in the budget log, so that when I do the review, I could come on the week and just be like, hey guys, I made my extra payment. So that's kind of like what forces me to do that. It's nice. Okay, so if an account is paid off, its minimum amount due will be moved to the new focus account. So again, this is where I'm getting those extra funds, which then it means that I have more funds to put towards my savings. And again, we're going to pay off the credit cards and debts more quickly. That is the reward itself. If you find yourself making a habit and achieving the habit itself isn't enough of a reward for you, again, that is probably not the habit for you. So these are like nice little warning signs. I used to make habits like that. I can't, one is not coming to my mind yet. I've pretty much blanked them out. Yeah, it's still not coming to my mind. But again, that's like one of the fastest ways of knowing, do you really want this habit, or do you just think that you want the habit because social media told you you do? YouTube, or on YouTube, maybe YouTube told you. Yeah, something like that. Mainly your best friend's doing it and you're just like, oh, that sounds cool, but you really don't want to. Again, guys, I'm still trying to catch my breath. I got sick a couple weeks ago, and it does make doing the videos a little bit more difficult because, yeah, where are we at? Yeah, we're nearing like the 15-20 minute mark. This is where I can't breathe. So, okay, moving right along. These are the ones that I had from last year. And I mean, I did just start them last year, and I'm telling you guys, after doing this for a year, like, I love these goals. I love these goals so much. Well, I guess they're not goals, they're habits. I love these habits so much that I'm continuing them, okay? I've been drinking collagen for a year now, and I've seriously never felt better. I love it. I can't even imagine a day without it now. The cue for me, which has been working, is I have a serving of collagen during every workout. And I do have a serving of collagen on my work breaks. And again, I seriously can't even imagine having either of those two things without a thing of collagen. I know the bottle probably looks nasty, but to me, like I just told you, I can't breathe whenever I'm doing these. I have a thing of collagen before I do a video. It's like a freaking workout. Actually, I think I have a harder time breathing now than I do whenever I do work out. Okay, so again, it's important. Since I've started drinking the collagen, I've had zero body pain. No more injuries, which is amazing. I seriously didn't think that I would make it a day without getting injured like a year ago. I've had more energy. I am getting stronger. Again, these are helping me feel better and have more energy to do the workout, so I'm getting stronger. And, my body just loves this stuff. It just soaks it in. The specifics for this habit would be, again, to mix up the serving for each workout. I'm going to mix up a serving for each work break. And I do add a serving to the hot cocoa at night. I do have chocolate collagen. And guys, it's amazing. So I get like a little sweet treat with my cookies. And it's good for me. Cookies aren't, but the cocoa is. Uh, I do have better, I have way better looking skin. My hair feels amazing. My nails are nice. And mainly for me, the reason why I do drink it is the joints. There's no more joint pain. Again, no more injuries. So that to me, that is enough of a reward to keep doing this. The next one would be to keep taking my vitamins. Sorry for my vitamins, they do look like pumpkin seeds. But hey, that's the best I could do right there. They're on there. And I do make cute little doodles. It makes the page more fun to look at. That's why I doodle in here. But keep it along with the video here. So yes, I did start taking specific vitamins for my issue. They again have greatly improved my health. These ones are a little bit more easier to forget than the collagen. I have never forgotten to take the collagen during the day, but there are moments where I'm halfway through the day and I realize I did not take the morning vitamins. There's morning and night ones. I get cranky. I get real cranky, and it's just, yeah, and then that's whenever it hits me and I gotta go back and look at the checklist and I'm like, yeah, you didn't take your damn vitamins this morning, so I take them immediately. So yes, the cue is every morning and before bed, take one SB capsule with water. Again, that helps me get my water intake too, because I mean, that's 2 glasses right there. The collagen helps with the water, because again, every time I take one of those, that's another water. So see, we're already getting our water in. I'm well hydrated. So the importance of this one is that my body does need the extra nutrients to function properly, because again, I got real sick in 2021, I believe, and I have no idea what the hell happened to my bodies, guys. Weird things happen to my body, and like I said, I do need these vitamins. I do know if I don't take them, the doctor has not been able to give me any medication to solve this. It is literally these stupid vitamins, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And yes, I do have low energy and poor moods is the best way I can put it. I just become a grumpy keel. So, yes, no skipping them. Take the vitamin, okay? Just take it. The specifics is that I did list down what I am taking just for me, because half the time I have no idea what I'm taking. So I do take a mixture of zinc, vitamin A, selenium, and iron. I believe it is the iron that does give me the energy. I don't know if zinc improves my mood or not, but well, in the vitamin A and that does help with the immune system, not trying to attack my other immune, body. Pretty much is what's happening. My body's attacking my body. It's not funny, but it is. I can laugh about it now. So these do really, really help. And again, I think this is the hard part for me, because I do try to get that capsule first thing in before the coffee in the morning, and there are just some mornings where you go straight for the coffee, and that's whenever I skip it. So there you go, guys. This thing is more powerful than a cup of coffee. And of course, the one before bed. Again, there's some nights that you come home from work and you are dead tired and you walk past it, but I do generally miss the morning one more than I do the night one. And again, the reward there is increased energy and mood boost. And again, who doesn't want that? Okay, so that is the reward itself. 2 more. We got 2 more, guys. These are easy ones. So again, keep using the weights. A year ago, I wasn't even able to use the weights. I would have kept getting injured. So, what I've learned is I am getting stronger. The body's staying together with these 2 things. And so I'm going to keep using the weights because I don't want to go back to not being able to lift up a 5 pound weight, right? So the cue for me is every morning before noon, I select a workout from the habit nest because I don't really have to think about what I'm going to do then. I just go over, flip the page, and it's like, oh, that's what you're doing today. It's easy, it's simplified it. Again, it's important because lifting weights is making me stronger and less likely to re injure my back. Don't want to do that again. But when I am lifting these, it is in a safe amount. Okay, I'm not overdoing it. Don't want to injure yourself from working out. I think from having the injury, it does kind of like make me a little bit more aware of that. The mood is way better on the days that I lift weights, surprisingly, even though I did tell you that when I'm going into the workout, I hate it. I despise it. I hate it when I'm doing them. With those weird days of where, like, I overexcel. And it's not that I'm like straining myself, it's just for some stupid reason I am able to swing that 20 pound weight around like no tomorrow, and it's like, what the, like you can't do that the other day. But some days I become Arnold, okay? That is the only time that my mood gets better during the workout. Normally I'm just like, oh, is this thing over yet? But I do feel better at the end of it, and I think it's just because I know I did it. The specifics is to use weights that you feel the most comfortable with, okay? Again, we don't want to injure ourselves. But if I do notice that I'm able to do, like, I search for like 30 to 50 reps. If I can comfortably do 30 to 50 reps with a certain weight, like I'll use 10, for the last set that I have, I will move up to a 15. Just to see if I could do it. It's the shits and giggles at that point in time. Uh, most of the time I do find out, yes, yeah, I could have been using a 15, okay? But then again, like, that's how you know that you can, move up in weights, right? Okay, where are we at here? Comfortable, try to do, to grow, because you're growing muscles, right? Okay, so lift weights once a day before a round of cardio. Again, I'm trying to, I guess this would be increasing the cardio because I have been using the weights every day. This is my way of increasing the cardio because instead of only doing 2 to 3 sets with the weights, I'm now doing 4 plus a round of cardio. So this is going to give me stronger muscles and bones, and better mood and sleep. So again, who doesn't want that? There's still some pencil shavies on here. Okay, and the last and final one is to read more books. If you would have asked me even 2 years ago how many books I read in a year, it would have been like 4. So yeah, this has greatly improved. So what I started doing is I just read for 30 minutes before bed. That was the original cue. And of course, I started realizing that I like it so much that I started reading while on break at work. Of course, when possible, I do get a little cranky when I'm not able to read on break, though. So, again, this is one of those cues of where you're making this habit that you want become normal, and you start to, like, I don't want to say upset, but you realize like something's wrong if that cue comes up and you're not able to do this habit. That's what we're searching for. Like, if you woke up one morning and you didn't have a toothbrush and you weren't able to brush your teeth, you would be jacked. So that's the response you want. That's building the habit and making the habit something that you actually do on a daily, consistent basis. To me, this was a little bit harder to explain why I wanted to read more. But what it turns out is that reading does help calm my mind, and it does help me get better sleep. It basically tuckers my brain out. I'm not sitting there laying in bed doing a death spiral of all the anxiety thoughts. Instead, I'm thinking about what I just read. Again, picking the, I don't want to say quality, but like the topic of what you're reading is very important too. So make sure that you do Pick something that is comfy. Comfy books help you go to bed. Reading has also helped boost my mood and my creativity. Oddly enough, I didn't think that was going to happen, but it has. I didn't start doodling until I started reading. So the doodles are a weird result from reading every night before bed. The specifics again. This would be before bed, so read at least 30 minutes. Sometimes I get an hour in if it's like a really good book that I will have to put a sleep cast on to knock myself out. But yeah, generally there's something, just it's the act of reading. It tuckers me out. It just makes my brain say, oh, okay, bedtime. And then I sleep for 8 hours and I wake up. Okay, so I read while I'm on break at work. And last year I read, and I did leave the space blank. It's penciled in right now just because we do have 3 more days. Depending on what type of mood I'm in, I could read 2 to 3 books here in the next couple days. But right now I'm at 41 books for the year. So I know it's not really as specific, but to me, I think it would be fun to see how many books I read this year and to see if I could up it. The year before this, I was just excited that I had 20 plus books. And this year I'm up to 41. So again, that's a huge improvement from somebody who went from just reading 4 books out of the year. So, I mean, I'm kind of curious. Can I get 50? I don't know. We'll find out. And again, the reward here, I'm not looking for like, a Sunday. I'm not looking for, I mean, I love Sundays, I do. But, like I'm not looking for like, oh, I'm going to buy myself a new purse or new shoes or have a hot fudge sundae. My reward, if I read more books, would be a calmer mind, a better mood, and better sleep. Again, if you ask somebody right, just off the street and said, hey, would you like a calmer mind, a better mood, and better sleep? Nobody in their right mind is going to look at you and say, no, I do not want those things. That itself is the reward. I can't explain how important this is. Like, once I switched the reward from a material item to a feeling, it changed the way that I feel about the habits. Greatly improved the success rate here. So, that is it. They give you enough room. For 8 of them, there's 4 pages. So those are my attainable habits for 2024, guys. I am going to pretty much end the video here. I hope that this helped some of yous who have made it to this page, or maybe you're just setting up habits in another planner and you just wanted some ideas. I hope that this video does help yous. If you have any habits that I don't have listed here, share them in the comments with me. I'm always into new habits. It could be something that I may want to do for 2025. So again, I do hope that these videos help, or at the least, I hope you find them entertaining. And with that, I am going to close out by saying thank you so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. And please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more Plan With Me's.